Nikolas Cruz pleading guilty to an attack on a jail guard, and his attorney says he plans to do the same thing in the case of the Parkland school massacre. Cruz entered that guilty plea this morning in the jail battery case. The trial was set to start next week with jury selection.
His guilty plea for the 2018 massacre that left 17 people dead is set for Wednesday.
Sir, in case number 14129, to count one of the information, attempted aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer with a deadly weapon, how do you wish to plead?
I plead guilty.
Count 2, battery on a law enforcement officer, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Count 3, depriving an officer means of protection, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
And count 4, attempted use of self-defense weapon against a law enforcement officer, how do you wish to plead, sir?
Guilty.
Today in court, the judge asked Cruz a series of questions, making sure he understood exactly what entering a guilty plea would mean. It's the most we've ever heard Cruz speak. And
Local 10's Andrew Perez is live in Fort Lauderdale with more on what he had to say. Andrew?
Cruz made it very clear in court today that he doesn't think that anything is wrong with him. He doesn't think he's mentally ill, and that he understands pretty much everything that's going on right now. That led to some pretty big changes.
You're thinking clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand me when I'm speaking to you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's Nikolas Cruz facing a judge, facing a whole line of questioning.
Do you suffer from any physical or mental illness?
I was told in the past, but I don't believe I have any issues.
What did they tell you? You said you were told in the past.
I was told in the past that I suffered like anxiety, depression.
This is more than 3 years since the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling all right.
The questions continue, and it's important because he's here to plead guilty to 4 different charges tied to a jailhouse brawl with a BSO deputy. The battery case was set to actually start next week, but now no trial after Cruz pleaded guilty to it all.
Attempted aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer with a deadly weapon, how do you wish to plead?
I plead guilty.
Another court date now set for next week, where Cruz may also plead guilty to the actual shooting at MSD.
Just so that we're clear, we're asking the court to impose sentence on Wednesday to 17 consecutive life sentences.
I think that's premature as far as discussing that. I first need to take his plea.
And if he does decide to plead guilty in the shooting, in the deaths, in those who were injured at MSD, that would save everybody from going through a trial. His attorneys, hoping that that might get the death penalty off the table, but that does not guarantee anything. We'll find out next week. That's the latest here in Fort Lauderdale, though. I'm Andrew Perez, Local 10 News.